Hi, my name's John. Welcome to another edition of the Sunday Night Nightcap. In tonight's nightcap there'll be no car boot sales because I haven't been to a car boot sale this week. However, I have been to a steam rally, a local steam rally, and there was a guy there selling second-hand tooling, and I did buy one or two bits and pieces. I'll show you them later. It was interesting going on the rally. I was surprised how many people actually recognise us from my videos and come to say hello. Anyway, thanks very much for coming to say hello and shaking my hand. I took a fair bit of video at the steam rally. I'll put some into this. I'll also do a couple of videos and probably put them up through the week, mainly of steam engines. No engineering as such on machining. I do a bit of welding this week, and I do a thread repair for a lad. He actually snapped the bolt into a hole that was already heli-coiled, then had a good go at it with a hammer and punch, and then asked me to sort it out. I'll put a bit of video of that on. These are the two items I bought, that 8-inch polishing mops. That one's had a little bit of use, that one's brand new. That's more coarse than that one. Anyway, I got the two for a £5, which wasn't bad. The lad at work picked his weather vane up. He was suitably impressed. He's going to mount that. He's already got a pole on the side of his house. So what I've done, I've got a bit of angle here, and I've welded it. I'm going to weld a pivot post onto it. That's going to go onto a pole with two exhaust clamps on to hold it nice and tight. One thing I didn't show when I did the weather vane, on the end of the support post, there's a countersunk dimple in there. There's a ball bearing lies in there, and the actual weather vane pivots on the ball bearing with a little bit of grease on. That gives it a nice free pivot so it can blow around with the wind. That's the end we're going to weld on. I'll fix the camera in close because it'll be a good shot to a nice heavy MIG weld down there. I wouldn't have thought that would be going to give any problems anytime soon. That's a close up of the end where the ball bearing goes. This came in today. It's of a big commercial grass cutter. It's got a snapped off stud in the hole, a snapped off bolt in the hole. The bolt's slightly below the surface. The holes appear to be threaded through NC, and to make it even worse, they've got heli-coils in. So what I want to try and do is weld that up, and so I can get a nut on top of it, and so I can get it out for him. That's a broken stud there. As you can see, he's already had a go with a punch. So what I'll try and do is build it up with weld, and then put a nut on top and weld a nut onto it and see if the heat will help. Like I say, I'm pretty certain there's a heli-coil in there as well. I've got a really sharp point on the tungsten, so hopefully I can pinpoint the arc. points and building up the weld just on the centre of the stud without catching the metal surrounding it. I'll get a nut and weld a nut on and we'll give it a try. There, got another nut. What I'll do, I'll try and warm the surrounding area up with a teak torch. It's actually moving on the heli-coil, and it's not one to clear. It says it's actually moving. See, normally without the heli-coil that would come straight out. I wonder if you can see that there, that's the end of the heli-coil, end of the thread insert. So it's actually moving and then locking up. It works it out. I haven't got any inserts that size. Possibly the heat's actually making this worse. It's ordinary car engine, let it soak through, see it can't do any harm. It's going to snap off this. It's actually trying to take the heli-coil out with it. Just pull the heli-coil out. It's warm. Oh well, you can see that, but it's actually pulled the heli-coil insert out. The threads aren't damaged in there, so we should be able to put a new heli-coil in if I can find the heli-coil kit that size. It's a decent shot there. You can see where I put where I built the stud with weld and welded a nut on the top of it. That often works. It's a good method of getting out broken studs where you don't want to drill them. The only trouble is sometimes when you weld them, they go really hard, then you can't drill them. See, these have all got inserts in. I think they've had inserts in from new. You often find this on expensive machinery. More out on the racing cars, on the gearboxes, the magnesium housings, they were all heli-coiled from new. Right, this is definitely 330UNC, definitely had a heli-coil in. So what I wanted to do, I wanted to borrow a heli-coil kit of a friend, which has actually saved the lad who earns just quite a bit of money. So what we'll do, we'll clean the thread up where the heli-coil goes into. Normally if this was a stripped hole, you would drill it over size. And then run your heli-coil tap through, but it's already been heli-coiled. I think they've all been done from new, from the factory. You see, you often get this with quality machinery because these are going to have there's like a sewer plate goes on here, which are changed regularly. And normally a heli-coil gives no problems at all. Right, so we'll clean our threads up with our heli-coil tap. Clean and swap out the hole. It's got quite a decent thread in there. Right, that's our heli-coil insert. They come on 3 lengths, short, medium and long. These look like medium ones, which is too long. I need about 4 threads cutting off it. Easiest way to do is just to nip them off on a bench grinder. The kit comes with an insert tool. I've shortened the insert down. That simply goes into there. You start it screws into the thread. You want the top thread below the surface. That's still too long. Taking the coil off it. You can screw them all the way through, but you can't screw them. You can't screw them back out. You take one more thread of it. You just nick them with a grinder and they snap off. Right, we'll put it back in again. You feel them go in. The fine ones, like spark plug thread ones, are a little bit more awkward. These ones are not too bad at all. It's just below the surface. Right, there's your heli-coil just below the surface, and that's a tool you use to drive it in. Locks into that tang. Locks into the insert like that, then you can screw it in. Now supplied with a tool to break the tang off. You simply push, give it a slight bump, and that's it. That's the tang off. And that's your tool repaired back to Faith UNC. I found out why it's UNC. It's actually an American grass cutter, and of course the Americans still use UNC, UNF. There's a one here that's not very good. It's actually the heli-coil's jumped a couple of threads. We'll take it out and put a new one in. Like somebody says, what's the best way to get a heli-coil out? Well, the easiest way is just the best way you can. Normally once you get a coil out, then you go to the end of it and pull it out, and it snaps off again. Bastard thing. It's actually made of stainless steel, these heli-coils. They don't normally snap off, they normally pull straight out the hole, but it's been one of them jobs. Right, so we've got our damaged heli-coil out. Bit of cutting oil. We've got tap in. These taps are a special thread to take the inserts. Right, what our heli-coil shortened. It goes onto the insert tool. Screw it in. Till it's the last thread below the surface, like that. And we'll use our little tool that snaps the tang off. The rest of them all look reasonable. You get a drill bit with a kit as well, so if you are repairing a strip tool you would drill it first, then put your heli-coil tap in, and then your insert. These thread repair kits are really good, pull you out the shite bits of gear. Right, thanks very much for watching, and thanks very much for subscribing, and thanks very much for hitting the like button. Thanks. Okay, so I've shortened the heli-coil down. The kit comes with a tool, insert tool. You simply put it. Bastard thing. What a bastard that hurt. That's the close up at the end where the bell boring idiot